Hey Scorpio, let's do your reading. So this is pre-shuffle, but I really want to build off it because it just felt like it was really powerful. So let me just start with these real quick. So your energy, your current energy is what I'm getting is the Eight of Swords, which is like that mental analysis paralysis, you know, kind of that mental entrapment or circling a mental loop, something that's been bothering you. And what came with it was the Empress and ending turned over. So an ending that's not actually an ending. But it looks like what this is you being in an element of overthinking and just, you know, you circle that mental loop and you keep thinking if you just go through all the details again and the sequence of events, you'll come up with a solution or a clue that you didn't have before and you end up getting in the same place. But then with the Empress energy, this is, you know, self-love and care. It's nurturing. I think something's shifting from going from, you know, being in a mental entrapment to more of being appreciated or even self-appreciation, self-love. An ending is turning around. This is where it gets interesting. So I asked about your person or the person that you're dealing with, the situation you're thinking about. And we got the Three of Swords. So this looks like self-induced. Somebody caused, you know, some pain, themselves some pain. And then with it, the Three of Cups. So this is, you know, it kind of looks like somebody did something wrong, caused an ordeal, a conflict or a pain, and then was wanting to rectify it. And then with it is the Seven of Cups, which is often it's our options, it's confusion, not knowing what you want. That's in reverse. So in a nutshell, looks like somebody that was not appreciating or valuing you, somebody's put an end to that, and now that ending is wanting to be reversed. Next on the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is something new and beautiful and stable, often thought of as a gift from the universe, some new beginning, something that can grow, something that's built to last, okay? And then, of course, we've got this Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. This is, I was going to say it's a return. It's not. This is, Six of Pentacles is generosity. You've got gifts, blessings coming. And then we also have the Tower, if we keep going. Okay, something drastic, major, big upheaval, change of events happening for you. So I'm going to grab a different deck. So let's look at, let's do love. Let's do a real quick love reading. Because, I mean, there is a big element of money, though, but let's see. I feel like a rebirth or a renewal of you. But I also feel like the person or situation, whatever it was that hurt you, is turning around. Look at that. Tower in reverse. So whatever happened, and there, oh my gosh, and there's the Empress, which is what the two of the first cards we got. So whatever blow up happened or is happening, it's going to turn around and work in your favor. It's going to either get you to a place of realizing your value or saying, you know, enough is enough. I know, like, it almost kind of what I'm just getting in this little tiny point is that it's like, okay, screw anyone or anything that doesn't see my value, because I see my value and I'm gonna, you know, I'm the one that really matters, and I'm gonna, you know, become and do and have everything and anything I decide to. I'm gonna succeed no matter what. That was just a tiny little side note. Okay, so the person that you're dealing with, the Strength card, could be holding back. The Strength card. Oh, okay. Looks like an apology. I don't know if I felt that or not. I kind of got a glimpse of that. One more on that. The Devil. Yeah. Somebody is feeling regret, deep regret. They may be a little bit obsessed The Strength card, Leo energy, this is somebody that is trying to balance that lion and lamb energy. It could be that there's a lot of control there, but it looks like it might have something to do with an apology or some sort of communication that's stable. And then we've got these two together look like somebody's kind of obsessed. You know, tied down. Yeah. What else on that person? Yeah, so they're juggling. They're trying. So we got two of coins. So this person, the person that you're dealing with, is really doing a lot of thinking about how to rectify or come towards you in a stable way. Probably they're obsessing over it, and there's a ton of regret here. But they're going like back and forth on how to handle it. What are their next actions towards you? Okay, this is a good sign. I mean, this typically the King of Swords is often, okay, sorry to jump around, but this is the second time this has happened. It caught my finger. Four of Wands. So King of Swords, the sword is up, that's active, there's truth, clarity about happiness. So that might be what they're coming towards you with, telling you that they're figuring things out. Yeah, they're not going to hold back anymore. The Hangman in reverse. They've seen the light. This is very clear. They've gained a lot of clarity on what makes them happy. Whatever was holding them back is not so much now. I still really feel like that whatever that was coming through in the beginning about you knowing your worth, and regardless of someone else's worth, I think that's an important component in this, though. Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Outcome, we have Justice, Libran energy. Look at that. The Moon. Wow. I still saw that, not now, but a minute ago, the Three of Swords was on the bottom of the deck again. So it's pulling some energy there. What else? Three of Cups. Things will be balancing out. Karmic justice. If there was somebody else, a karmic involved, that's going to be, I think, brought to light. Somebody's seen the truth. Big element of seeing the truth here. Now, I know I'm already said it, and I'm sorry to keep repeating it. There's something really strong about you guys getting to it, but there's a very strong component here about you being, knowing your worth even when others don't, you know, focusing on things that you can control. And let me see what's on my, yeah, but there's also another female involved somewhere. Okay, the Knight of Wands fell out. The Knight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody might be encouraging the other to take action. Okay. Tell me about this Justice Moon and... Wow. King of Wands. Why the Justice card? Oh my gosh, I told you guys this was pulling. Okay, and so is this one. This is pulling a ton of oh my gosh. Okay. This Justice card is kind of isn't totally clear. It's things being balanced out. It's very much about karma. So I do think that there is something that you cannot see. But there's a lot of clarity coming. You know, and then we have this, the Queen of Swords again with her sword up. That's active, that's inquisitive, it's the truth being revealed. So whatever this was, the truth of whatever this was that caused this, or somebody's being very enlightened about, and things are becoming very, very clear. And I kind of am getting like family. I don't know if it's a mother or children. I don't know, you guys, maybe tell me if this is right, but oh wow, look at this. But somebody may have hurt you, like spared somebody else's feelings at your cost. Does that make sense? Like, oh, that's, you know, like they, instead of, you know, hurting you, whatever they did to not hurt someone else ended up hurting you, something like that. But check this out, Wheel of Fortune. You definitely have a return and a second chance. And it's like been this big awakening. Somebody's really realizing it. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is fated. Something fated is coming back. And it's going to be given a second chance. I mean, these three cards right here are so powerful. You know, look at that. This is destiny. Forward motion towards a return. Judgment. Let's see if we can get any advice for you. Any advice for Scorpio? Five of Cups. Wow. I think it's, you know, don't try to appreciate the lesson in it, whatever it is. That Two of Wands is making a decision. The Five of Cups, looking at what was her, I don't know, I'm getting mixed signals on that. Okay, I think whatever it is, don't let this take you off your path for what you're working on financially, because there is an element of money. There was from the very beginning. It's kind of like this is a choice. You can really just get hung up on the sadness or what was wrong, or you can look on the, you know, the cup is half full part of it. You can look at what you do still have. Also, I think there might be something about, if you want this person to come back and you want to be with them, you can't, you know, you've got to probably work through the sad or the pain so that you don't keep punishing them. You work through it and you get to a place of happiness rather than not continuing to focus. Something about like not continuing to focus on what they did wrong, you know. If you want this person, if you don't want them, then fine, be mad at them, right? But if you want it to work out, when they come back, there needs to be some element of getting down to where you're okay and feel satisfied that, you know, that whatever you're upset about or whatever the upset what wasn't happened, it has to be dealt with, not buried. Because what other way is you risk just being back with them but having that underlying anger. All right, and then that underlying anger is going to, looks like it could really interfere with keeping you from full abundance and happiness. So you can focus on the pain, the three spilled cups, or you can turn around and look at the two beautiful cups. It's kind of like if somebody chooses you or chose the wrong person and then chooses you, and everything you've ever wanted was to be with this person, but then they choose you, but you can't be happy because initially they chose the wrong person. That's not gonna work. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, they're definitely coming back, and you definitely have the ability to have, there's the return, and you have the ability to manifest a very, very happy, mutually successful, you know, both giving. Slow and stable. Maybe don't expect it too much too fast, but there has to be an element of being able to be okay with them. It can't be I want this person back, I want this person back. But then when they come back, you pretend you're not interested or you act mad. You know what I mean? You got to be able to talk about that it hurt you and why, and, you know, be satisfied with it not happening again, rather than brushing it under the table and then you just have it, you know, festering. Don't let it fester. Okay. So let's see. Let's get an oracle. Orphaned. Interesting. Okay, so what's coming through immediately for this is just that there's something about not being able to let the past go and be happy with the big new changes. Okay, I saw big new changes somewhere too. Yeah, look. It's like if you need to talk to a counselor or somebody, do it, because what's screaming here is you've got this big happy thing that could be a big happy thing, a positive return, but if you can't settle or get resolution of what happened in the past, then you might carry over that anger or that upset, and maybe there's some, you know, from your childhood that could be carrying over. Okay, so we are all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than being separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with the group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. Also, it says this card reminds you that you cannot be all things to all people. What I'm getting is it can't be both ways. You can, but it won't be so successful. You can't have somebody come back and like manifest a return, but then when they return or they try to return, you're pissy. Like, be careful of that. Something like that. Like, let it, like, get it out in the open, do what you got to do, but don't move forward with this person and hold the grudge. You know, if you've got the grudge or the upset, it's got to be worked through, because that's like an underlying, kind of like it could repeat the same pattern. All right. Okay. I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you got notified, because I'm, again, thinking about some of my notifications aren't working. But I will see you guys. Let's talk in the comments. Okay. Love you. Bye, Scorpio.